I'm Taylor Gilbert,
I'm Sam Anderson.
and this is the Road Theater Company. In 1991, a group of very talented directors, designers, and actors came together to create the Road Theater Company. And we've been producing new works for almost 30 years, primarily West Coast, Los Angeles premieres.
I think the thing we're also excited about is the success that we've had with emerging as well as very well-known playwrights who feel very safe here with the most dangerous of their works because they know that we're going to take care of them as well as provide a great experience for our audience.
We like something that will make the audience walk away and think and have a conversation.
And our audiences have come to expect that, appreciate it, and even love it. That it's a great place to stay and have a conversation afterwards about what you saw. Disagreements abound frequently, which is great. It's exactly what we want. But what they get each time they come is a brand new experience that's as good as it gets.
We're a company of about 160 people. Talented actors, directors, designers, producers, all committed to this particular process of taking a new play with a playwright and shepherding it from the beginning through to a production, and hopefully to some life after that.
We all came together with the same mission of an ensemble. And what we found over the years is because of that, it draws the best, the cream of the crop. Our actors, it's an amazing pool of people, and it started right from the beginning.
Included in the makeup of our people are very young, talented actors who are right out of theater schools to very, very experienced actors who have tons of credits in all of the various media who just love to work here and want to do the kind of work that we do. The material is new and it's top-notch, and so are the writers. The directors we get are spectacular. The production values at the Road are very atypical of the smaller black box theaters in Los Angeles. And people who come here are continually surprised at how the space itself is transformed from show to show. Do you feel like you're walking into a different building every time you come to see something? We have a lot of designers, but our resident designers are the best in the city. And in fact, the LA Times has said that those values rival anything on the larger theaters anywhere. And we tend to agree.
I think what's unique about the Road is that we have consistently produced new works for over 29 years now and have garnered over 200 awards.
And one of the local critics, very aptly I think, called the theater one of LA's greatest living treasures for that very reason. And that we're very proud of and continue to try and live up to that standard.
The Road's mission has always been to create work that is what we consider to be politically and socially relevant. And therefore, we don't shy away from might be a contemporary show that's going to push a lot of buttons. We really want you to be here and listen to what's happening today, and hopefully that may help us change tomorrow.
We stay steadfastly committed to what is considered the most dangerous of theater missions, new work for the stage. And we hope that you take this journey with us. I'm Taylor Gilbert, founder and artistic director of the Road Theater Company.
And I'm Sam Anderson, artistic director of the Road Theater Company. We're here to welcome you to the Road's SPF 12 Week 3.
The largest playwrights festival of its kind in the country.
The Road's mission is new works, new voices in American theater.
And this past year, even new forms of presenting them.
That's right.
You remember where we were a year ago?
Boy, I sure do. In a pandemic, lockdown, and trying to figure out some way to move forward regardless.
So we took a big leap into the Zoom world and recorded 25 readings of new plays for SPF 11.
That's right, a truly virtual festival that ran on our website and our YouTube channel for 3 weeks.
Complete with talkbacks with writers, directors, and the cast.
And to our great surprise, the results were simply astonishing.
We reached over 18,000 viewers on 6 continents.
That's right, and thanks to their generosity, donations to the Road were historical.
We were able during this last year to further our mission by presenting 2 original works in a hybrid form.
That's right, staged live with actors and director, and filmed for broadcast on streaming services.
Wow, it has been a remarkable year.
It truly has. And now, we're back to SPF 12 to bring you more new works from around the world.
And once again, remember, if you like what we do, please donate.
That's right. As we begin to move back to live production and continue to do taped readings and hybrid productions, we need you now more than ever.
Please see as many of these great new works as you can.
Tell your friends.
And
from the both of us,
we would like to welcome you
to SPF 12 Week 3.
Hello, I am Leviticus Jelks. Thank you for virtually joining us tonight for the reading of my play, Day of Saturn. I hope that you all are moved, transported, and captivated by the wonderful talents of these 3 incredible actors, and of course my amazing director, Melissa Coleman Reed. I look forward to seeing you in the talkback after the reading. I would love to hear any feedback that you would like to contribute. Enjoy, and don't forget to donate if you can to the Road Theater. They are a great company, and they deserve your support. So thank you so much. Enjoy the play.
Day of Saturn, a full-length play by Leviticus Jelks. Characters: Achilles, male, black, pushing 50, ex-stuntman and owner of Achilles Home Warehouse, also Sir. Icarus, male, black, 18, Achilles' son, also young Achilles. Odysseus, male, black, 25, volunteer. Saturn, a gas giant. Setting: Achilles Home Warehouse, West End, Atlanta. Time: the play is set in 2 timelines, summer 2018 and summer 2019. Production notes: the production style of the play should help to blend the 2 time periods of the story. Both realities should be distinct from one another, but the transition should be smooth and simple. Saturn: in the middle of the set should be a hanging inflatable orb on thin wires with a yellow light projecting from within. This is the planet Saturn. An exact physical duplicate is not important. However, the size and brightness of the heavenly body should be constantly changing, like a living thing. One scene it fills the stage, and the next it could be the size of a fist. The growing and shrinking should occur during scene changes as to not take anything away from the acting being done on stage. The actors are not to physically engage with the planet during their dialogue. They can walk around it, enter from behind it, etc. Unless they are directly referencing it, they are to carry out their scene as if it is not there. Saturday, 2018. At Rise, spotlight on 2 figures in the empty void of space. Stars twinkle. The planet Saturn glows behind them. Achilles, skilled Greek warrior, tall, masculine, dark, standing proud in his armor, bright, shining. Icarus, an ordinary teenager, awkward, unsure, dark. Wearing simple jeans and a t-shirt, he sits on the ground with his cell phone pressed to his ear. The phone rings, no one answers. Achilles moves with his upper body while standing in place like a choreographed dance.
I am the world's greatest warrior.
He beats his chest. Icarus opens a notebook in his lap. His pen is poised, beginning to write.
Saturn is probably one of the most complex and fucked up bodies in the universe.
I am strong.
It means so many things to so many people. To Galileo, he saw a giant ball of gas floating in space, and he was amazed. Amazed by a fucking ball of gas.
Dials his phone. It rings. No one answers.
He saw Saturn as something to be put to scientific use, gave it a whole new identity, had all the astrologers in the world staring up in the same direction he was.
I am fast and mighty.
Flexes his arms.
Some ancient civilizations had an extra day after a full 5 days of work to do all of the shit that they wanted to do. The really fun stuff. Saturn was switched, even given a new name. Saturday, the day of Saturn. Today
is my greatest weapon.
He arches his back.
To the ancient Romans, Saturn wasn't a day or a planet. It was a god. The first god. God fucking king.
With it, I can outlast time, move mountains, force the strongest trees to bend.
Like all the old gods, he had this thing about eating his kids, like Pringles. Once you pop, the fun don't stop. People automatically labeled him an evil god, but not me. I just figured all dads were like that.
I can look Saturn in the face if I wanted to.
Icarus dials his phone. It rings. No one answers.
I mean, think about it. If you were a god with a bunch of kids who you took one look at, and you took one look at how messed up things were in the world, wouldn't you do anything to protect them from it? Even eat them? Putting them back into the safety of your belly, letting them grow up never knowing, never seeing? Seems like a good idea in theory.
I am Achilles, and I protect.
The only problem with sitting in the stomach is that you never grow. You dissolve. I don't know who the real Saturn was, but I wonder if people stopped and asked him who he wanted to be, if he would have even told them.
Icarus takes out his cell phone and begins to write a text.
I offer up my sword to anyone who opposes me. Not to mention offer you the greatest rollback prices on home hardware products and the goods in Achilles' home warehouse.
Dear Pops, if you're reading this, I'm already dead.
No, we have the best sales on anything from gaslighted grills to patio seating.
Don't be sad. 17 years was enough to foster a good father-son dynamic. I mean, it's not like we never had any good times. I remember after Mom died, when you took me on that road trip to Florida just to sit on the beach, just to make me feel better. I'd never seen the ocean before. I was too scared to dip my toes in, thinking that some huge monster was going to rise up out of the water and eat me. You put your arms around me and told me not to be scared. But I was. Always scared of dying, of meeting some tragic end. Ironic.
From lawn equipment to kitchen utensils.
I just want to finally swim, Pops. With no fear of what's lurking underneath, but the monsters are there. I'm not brave like you, Pops. I'm sorry I'm not who you expected me to be. Love, Icarus.
Icarus sends the text. A phone beeps.
Remember to come down and see me, because
A phone rings.
because like Achilles, your home is mightiest. Fuck.
A phone rings. Achilles drops his sword.
Cut! Don't use that film, Roy. Throw it out. Don't look at me like that. Just throw the goddamn tape out. We're gonna start over. All right. Get it together. You got this. You are Achilles Jones. You're strong, skilled warrior, protector, the best goddamn retailer in the business.
He removes his breastplate, groaning from the painful weight of the heavy metal. From out of his pocket, he removes the ringing cell phone. He looks at a number he does not recognize and with hesitation answers it.
Yeah? This is him. Icarus. Which hospital again?
Icarus takes out a bottle of blue pills and empties the contents into his hand. Icarus devours the pills in one swallow. He fades into the darkness.
No, I don't know if he was taking medication. I don't know where the fuck he got him from. All right. I'm on my way.
Completely numb, Achilles hangs up the phone. Saturn's light becomes dim. Achilles is left on stage alone. He drops his cell phone. There is fear in his face.
My name is Achilles Jones. I'm the world's greatest. I protect what is mine and strike down what is not. I could look Saturn in the face if I wanted to.
Lights fade out. Friday, 2019. 1 year later. Lights up on Achilles' home warehouse, a small disheveled hardware shop that looks out of use. Odysseus enters, a handsome man hiding a solid figure behind loose street clothes. Despite his sloppy attire, he stands with the posture of a military man. His face and eyes are young and wild. He carries the sound of the ocean in with him.
Hello? Hey! Yo! Community service! Shit. This some Law and Order shit. Better not be having me cleaning up no crime scenes.
He continues to wander around.
No bodies. No bullets. No blood.
Achilles enters from the back. After a beat, Odysseus notices and straightens up, putting on a wide, fake smile on his face.
Hello, sir. Mister. Sir. Community service from the Kennar Rehab Center?
Yeah? And who are you?
What? Community service from the Kennar Rehab Center.
Rehab Renter Center.
Yeah.
On downtown? On Wilkins Avenue?
Achilles scans Odysseus up and down.
Yeah, the one across the street from the farmer's market with the green roof. And...
How old are you?
What?
I was expecting someone with a little more years behind his back.
Yeah, well, I look young for my age, but I'm getting taller though. So,
yeah.
It's...
Looks like you still got some more suckling to do, boy.
Yo, I'm just trying to get signed off on some extra work. The center told me I was gonna be helping out some elderly dude fix his junkyard or something. That you?
Elderly?
Yeah, and with all due respect, you ain't exactly Fred Sanford. And if you is, what that make me? Lamont? With the think, 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 down, 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 down. And you know I played trumpet back in high school with the burn it, burn it, burn it, burn it, burn it, down.
They can just put you back on the shelf and send me something different.
Ain't nobody different, bruh.
Odysseus continues to walk around the shop, looking with childlike fascination at everything around him.
Yo, but this spot is like dope, man. It's scary as hell from the outside. It takes a minute for your eyes to really take it all in, but once they do, sheesh. It's overwhelming. You can almost feel it, can't you?
I guess.
No, I mean it. It's got like solid character to it. Good floors, high-ass ceilings, that real old-time antique throwback classic feel. Like you just stepped in back into like the 80s or something. Everything else around here brand new though. Guess the old neighbors bought out and ghosted, huh?
What'd you say?
They ghosted, bailed, bitched out, straight up juke, bruh.
I got a truck behind the shop. Come on, I'll drive it back myself.
Achilles pushes Odysseus towards the back.
Hey, hold up. Ease up, man. Come on.
I like to get free help, but I guess you can't get a good something for a pocket full of nothing.
Yo, hold the fuck up, sir. Look, I'm just trying to get my credits. I mean, shit, one last check mark on my sheet and I'm on my way out of there, feel me? I'm ready to work, so I won't give you no trouble or nothing. You just sign me off.
That's all. What's gonna happen after I do that? You gonna run for Congress?
No. I mean, why? You think I could?
You got the personality for it.
Hey.
That or a game show host.
Look, I know I'm a lot, all right? Just a lot of this energy coming at a lot of that energy. Like, it makes folks uneasy, and I've learned to be cool with that. That's why I never sold on the streets. Can you imagine? Motherfuckers be trying to kill me every day. I'm talking. But I need this gig, so we gonna do this?
You gonna steal anything?
Seriously?
I asked you a question.
We really gonna go there?
I'm the business owner, which means I own everything here in my business. So I ask you, you gonna steal from me?
No, I'm not gonna steal from you.
When was the last time you had your drug test?
The last time I had my drug test was yesterday, and it came up negative for any alcohol, narcotics, or methamphetamines.
Carry any weapons on you?
Man, are you kidding me? You know, for a black dude, you should ask some white-ass questions. They don't even ask us this in the program.
Black plus black don't equal blind.
Oh, my.
You in my program now. Run through it.
I do not carry any concealed weaponry. Good?
What's your name?
Odysseus.
Odysseus?
Dope, right? I just like the sound of it, the way it rolls off the tongue, you know? Odysseus. Just one of the many names I go by.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
What's your real name? Your government name?
I think of all of my names as real names because I made them up and they true to who I am, you know, as a person. An outward expression of an inward need. You feel me?
What kind of new age nigga bullshit is that? An outward expression of an inward need. Bullshit. You stick with the names that are given to you by folks who know a lot better than you. Name equals respect.
Mm-hmm.
We are who people see us as, nothing more. You work hard, you're a hard worker. You a scruffy looking slack, you a scruffy looking slack.
So what should I call you?
Achilles Jones.
I knew it! I knew I recognized you! You, Achilles Jones? The invincible hero? The original Iron Man? Yo, John Henry reincarnated as the best black stuntman in the business. You taught that ungrateful bastard Michael B. Jordan everything he knows. Yo,
How you know all this?
Dude, how could I not know? Yo, from Hidden Line in 88 to Bombs of Siberia in 93, you were held to the ground by desert rebels, grinding your arms into the sand and dirt. You were grinding your teeth, keeping all that pain held in and focused, and they threw two things down at your feet. A cool semi-automatic and a rusty old knife. Yo, shit's getting real. The rebel leader then looked you in the eyes and asked, which weapon you are going to choose to kill them with? Yeah, and it was right then. You knew you were staring at a choice. The only choice left to you. Stand at the feet of the enemy. Yeah, it was right then. You grabbed that knife, and the air left my lungs in that moment, man. You grabbed that knife, and you laid waste to all those motherfuckers. I mean, shit, yo. Oh, and who could forget the Thunder Gladiator in 95? Yo, I saw that movie like 27 times, dude. Your first lead.
And my last.
That was a masterpiece, all right? Iconic. The birthplace of your best fucking line. Wait. I'm doing this for the Thunder Gladiator. The strong men only get stronger.
When they punch through the walls of adversity.
Yo, that's a line that inspired Wesley Snipes, Sam Jackson, Ice Cube, and skinny little boys like me to believe we could kick some white ass and still look fly. Who's gonna forget that?
I've been doing my best to.
What? Yo, man, what happened to you, Invincible?
Come back here and grab some tools. I'm renting you for only a couple of hours a day, so we might as well get to it. A pair of gloves?
Nope.
Protective eye gear?
Nope.
Decent work clothes?
No.
Achilles shakes his head and begins to head to the back.
Oh, wait,
Odysseus reaches into his bag and hands Achilles a sheet of paper.
yeah. I need you to sign when it's all done, just saying that I did a good job and you approve of me and shit like that.
Achilles takes it and looks it over.
Let's see if you earn it.
Oh, and I'm gonna be late tomorrow though. I got a meeting.
Shop ain't open tomorrow.
Why? I mean, it's Saturday. I can get like an extra hour on my curfew, and
I won't be here, and you better not be either. Saturday, those doors are locked.
I'm just saying, like, we can get a lot of shit done if we work.
If you don't like my rules, you can take this paper and walk your ass back downtown. Cool?
Cool.
Now, I got an extra pair of gloves around the back. Go get them. And we can start tackling putting them shelves together.
Whatever you say, Invincible.
Odysseus gives him a salute and runs quickly to the back. Achilles remains fixed at the counter. He takes out a beat-up old journal from under the countertop, the same journal from earlier. He opens it and begins to read. He looks through the pages as if he's trying to put a puzzle together. The store melts into the darkness. The Weekend by SZA slowly penetrates the silence. Icarus enters, carrying his journal.
Dear class of 2018, it's officially that last month of school. We did it. We have arrived at that freshly minted golden time when our young, eager senior class minds are expected to get our shit together so we can go out into the world and make money. Scratch that. Make a difference. To grow and change the world. Scratch that. To grow up and change ourselves. Change ourselves because we don't know ourselves. I thought I knew myself for quite a while. I was the one who played it safe. I couldn't get in trouble. I was the educated black boy from the West End. The perfect wet dream for every hopeful white instructor who sought out to make a difference. The report cards were virtual petition letters. Icarus is so bright and polite, despite being raised in such harsh and underprivileged circumstances. Rave reviews. Well, senior class, I had always tried to deny myself and put caution tape around a part of me that I wasn't ready to face. However, when I was 12 and stole black lace underwear from the Goodwill's women's section, the caution tape ripped a little. When I was 13, a boy grabbed my dick and the caution tape fell off completely. In those moments, I was standing face to face with my truths. It felt good to wear this lace, and I liked having this boy's hand down my pants. Years of questions answered. His name was David. He and I were little West End boys who used to play at his house, usually after his dad passed out on the couch. I would make a secret fort from a blanket and 2 chairs. One day, I showed him my underwear I had under my pants. Of course, I was scared of what was going to happen after, of that monster coming from the water to devour me, but he put his hands on them and kissed me. Whew, I was changed then. When we got to high school, we went our separate ways. He changed his name to D, sagged his pants a little lower, and got a homemade neck tattoo. All to fit in with the roughneck niggas who spend their school days shit talking and looking solid while leaning on things. But we always had English class together. I always caught him staring at me while I was writing at my desk. I knew it made him hard. He was drawn to it. It was this game that I never knew how to play. Until now.
He puts back on his headphones and the music starts again. He begins to dance.
One day I took him into the janitor's closet. He wasn't sure at first, but I was. I unzipped him and my hand kept traveling down, down, down. It wasn't polite. Whew. I was changed again, lost in the blue fluorescence of it all. Then he saw my underwear, and he felt the lace and silk on my skin, and he did it. We did it. He spun me around and just put it in. I don't remember much. Just his hand pressed against my chest, holding me. After we did it, I got sudden flashbacks, but this was something different. In that moment, we weren't ourselves. We were something else.
Icarus puts his headphones down and observes himself in a reflection, unsatisfied with what he sees.
So, senior class, now that we are graduating, we ask ourselves, who are we now? I still can't tell.
Lights up. The hardware store is still in shambles. However, it is only the rough clay of something waiting to be formed into a new creation.
Boy, you just gonna be standing there while I lift all these boxes.
Achilles enters from the back room carrying a box.
No, I got you, Pops. I was just finishing up some writing on my graduation speech.
Huh. Well, do you think you can let the man paying for you to give that graduation speech a listen?
There's a reason I write it in my journal, Pops. Those old ears will hear it when I'm standing at the podium in my cap and gown.
Better stop calling me old before I make you scrub this entire floor with my socks.
Achilles takes off one of his boots and sticks his foot out tauntingly.
Gross, Pops.
What? These are working man's feet.
Fully loaded with those bullets you call toenails. Hey, put it away.
Achilles puts his boots back on.
Hurry up and grab those last few boxes out of the truck. Shops reopens in a month, and I'd like to be done before then.
Sure, Pops.
Icarus runs out. Achilles looks at his shop, taking in every grain of wood, metal, and glass, a king surveying his new kingdom.
It's gonna look real good, son. Real good. Just you wait. This place is gonna look like a palace come July. Better than Mr. Simmons ever had. Whole new shop.
Icarus enters with a couple of small boxes.
You know, I was thinking of calling it Achilles' Home Warehouse or Achilles' House of Tools.
Alliterations are always pretty catchy.
Literary who?
Alliteration. The same letter or sound at the beginning of a group of words. Something like Heavenly Hardware Hideaway.
Hardware Hideaway? Boy, you making my place of business sound like a whorehouse for Kiki hammer throwers.
Fine. But what about something simple like dads or pops? Simple.
Only greasy highway diners in South Carolina are called dads or pops. I wanted to have my name in the front.
With the higher wage earners and developers bringing in Greek bread shops called Peter Pan, I think either name is going to be good, Pops.
I don't want it to be just good, though.
You think we can do all the work of resurrecting this place by July?
What's that supposed to mean?
Well, you know, with all the work Mr. Simmons left you.
Not all that much work. You know, the foundation is still standing. All we got to do is replace those windows, patch up some of them shelves.
Achilles walks over and holds Icarus close to him.
This place is great. Can't you see that?
Sure, Pops. I can see it.
He doesn't see it. Icarus exits for the last box. Achilles starts to unpack some more materials. From one, he takes out an old vinyl record, Ready to Die by Notorious B.I.G. It is worn, faded, iconic. Icarus enters with a large and heavy box. Achilles puts the record quickly back in the box. He loses his grip and the box drops.
Look at you, huffing and puffing like you just did some real work.
The box is just heavy, Pops.
Here, let me get it.
I can do it, okay?
I know. I just don't want you dropping anything. It's all new, son. New tools, new supplies. It all looks good, right?
Achilles takes the box with ease and sets it over in the corner.
That was cool of Mr. Simmons to give you money for all this new stuff.
He didn't. He left me with nothing but his old inventory, and you know nobody wants to buy rusty old tools and rotted wood. So I opened up my pockets a little, bought a few new things to really sell this place up, you know?
Yeah, it's just I was looking over at the kitchen table this morning, and those envelopes are pretty high, Pops.
We got left to pay our way. Don't you worry about my money. Besides, you still got all those scholarships, right?
Yeah, but it's not just about me, Pop.
I got it covered, all right?
They unpack in silence. Achilles goes behind the counter and takes out a new pair of boxing gloves. He tosses them to Icarus.
So what's this?
Don't worry now, they not new. Got them used from this old place down on MLK. Been planning on doing this for a while. I want to get you into my old boxing gym. One of my buddies from the stuntman days, Nessie. You know, he works down there teaching weekend boxing lessons to boys your age. Now, I talked to him. He wants to sign you up.
Dad, come on.
Or what? You always say you want to socialize and meet new friends. And
I have never said that, but you still want to put me in a boxing ring?
I'm not talking about no Thunderdome or Rocky IV type shit. Just one day a week playing around with the neighborhood boys. You know them all. Jamal, D, Jerry.
David?
You still call him that? I thought he's had it changed to D since freshman year after he grew out those sideburns.
He did, but you were the one who always taught me to hate nicknames. You stick with the names that are given to you by folks who know a lot better than you.
Well, whoever he is, he gonna be down there learning to throw punches with the rest of them.
I wouldn't know what to do in there. I'll just look stupid.
Okay, well, maybe he can give you private lessons. You know, Nessie owes me a few favors for saving his clumsy ass from a few close calls on set.
I'll think about it.
What's there to think about? You might actually enjoy something.
Pops, I said...
Now, listen, now, I know you, son. Okay, this is gonna be good for you and for your self-esteem. What's a black man got without that? Pure and concentrated African pride. Men need it, women love it.
Pops, we already had that talk about me and women.
Damn, now I was talking in general.
In general, gay boys aren't attracted to women.
You gonna correct me every time?
No, it's just that, I want you to get it right, that's all.
I'm trying, all right? I'm trying to get it. But we boys, ain't we? I mean, this whole liking guys stuff doesn't change that. And you told me, I said, okay, cool. And so we cool, right?
Yeah.
My man. So how about those lessons?
Sure, Pops.
Come on now, because what do we need?
African pride.
Achilles reaches in for a hug. Icarus reciprocates. It is very awkward.
All right, now let's chill on this for an hour, and I'll take you down to check out the gym and introduce you to some Nessie. Maybe some of the other boys will be there. But before we go, we got to scrub down that counter real quick. Get that dust off. It's making my nose itch.
Achilles exits to the back room.
It's looking gray out there, son. Might want to bring a coat.
I kind of like gray days.
A flash of lightning. Sunday, 2019. A flash of lightning signals a storm raging outside. The sound of hard waves crashing against the outside of the shop. Odysseus enters from the back room with an armful of tarps to cover the floor.
Winds are gonna be crazy strong with this rain coming. Water's already coming up under the door.
He starts to spread the tarps out.
What? I said we got water up in here, dog. We need to get these windows boarded up.
Don't you think I know that?
I'm just saying I can cut up some boards to get them nailed up real quick.
Don't touch anything out there. Don't cut up anything and don't be nailing shit.
I'm telling you, I can do it. It's not gonna be a problem.
It's gonna be a motherfucking problem if you lay one of them hands on my windows.
I'm doing it.
The hell you is.
Achilles stomps from the back room, carrying a stack of cut cardboard slabs from old boxes. He pushes Odysseus out of the way and sets them on the floor.
And these will hold up against the windows just fine.
Man, are you serious? Cardboard? Flimsy ass cardboard. If that's all you got, you can kiss these windows goodbye.
Not if they put on right by me.
Achilles takes out a roll of duct tape and begins to attach it along the sides.
Listen, when you got fucking high winds threatening to tear the ass out your vessel, then you gotta secure it with the right equipment.
Vessel? What the hell vessel you talking about?
Man, this is basic naval training. You see, you got this vessel, right? This shop is the vessel, which is gonna get sunk when all this rising water weighs it down and pulls it under. So we gotta protect the windows as best we can, seeing as the points of entry, you know?
You Navy?
Was. Ex-lieutenant, junior grade, blue and gold all the way, bruh.
Bruh.
Mm-hmm.
So, how do you suppose we do all of that? Secure and protect. Frogman.
Plywood. Look, it's sturdy, strong, supportive. We look for the direction of the wind right outside. Look, see the way it's whipping around that flagpole out there? It's coming from the east, so it's gonna hit the shop from the front, see? We need some diesel type shit.
That's why I got the cardboard.
Oh.
Achilles pushes past Odysseus and measures another roll of duct tape.
Yo, you know, invincible part of me doing this whole community service thing is to service. You know that, right?
You want to help? Grab that paint can and start stroking the brush on those shelves in the back.
So you just dictate I don't get a choice in any of this?
Sure you do. You can use the red paint or the blue.
You killing me, man. This could be a dope ass shop, but it ain't ever gonna come together if you don't let me do my job.
Job? Brother, you don't have no job. I got a job. Larry, the homeless dude who collects cans every Sunday, he got a job. You got a permission slip, one I still ain't signed. And you talking all that pirate talk back there wasn't gonna help your cause. Now you do as much or as little as I want you to do. Right now, I want you to get going on them shelves.
No.
Do what I say. Go on now.
I can't. I already broke down the shelves to measure them for the windows.
The hell you say? So you just went ahead and destroyed my property?
At least look.
Odysseus runs to the back. The waves are even louder and more powerful, shaking the very walls of the shop. Odysseus comes back out with expertly cut planks of wood.
See? Perfectly cut and measured. We hammer these suckers into the panel, ain't gotta worry about nothing out there, you know? With
Achilles throws down the planks of wood on the ground.
Why are you making this so hard, man?
Because I don't like you.
Well, I don't like you either, okay? You think I need you to like me? But why don't you like me? I mean, I dare you to look me in the eyes and tell me.
Achilles slowly walks over to Odysseus. Goliath to David. He looks him straight in the eye.
I don't like you because you talk too much. And besides good living, I don't see what else we got to say to each other. I don't like you because you got this strange odor coming off from you, like clam chowder mixed with a Febreze candle, making me all seasick. I don't like you because you tore down my fucking shelves. I don't like you because you're young. I don't like you because you're stupid. I don't like you because you're a quitter.
How can I quit a job you won't let me do?
I'm not talking about the job. I'm talking about the junkie.
Man, you still on the drugs, man?
You laughing at me?
Nah, it's just, what did you expect from a rehab center, bruh, Barack?
No, I didn't. But you best believe I was still disappointed it was a brother.
Oh, because I'm a nigga who used heroin. So you're an expert on the black drug crisis now. I mean, besides, you swam for years in white-ass Hollywood eating all that good jelly, but you quit. And for what? You got too full?
You think that's how it happened?
Yeah?
You just up and walked off set? I didn't. You don't know shit about me, boy.
Full disclosure, right? I spent my whole life just moving through rooms as a foster kid waiting for someone, anyone to take me home. Then in a submarine bunker waiting to die or drown. Then in a basement in Cali with a smiling face and a fresh needle. Then in a fucking naval office getting my walking papers. It's all a fucking blur, you know? Never even knew what was happening until it happened.
And you think that's an excuse for you being a junkie?
Hey, I ain't no fucking junkie, all right? I'm a drug addict. And besides, who are you? Like, you know what? I'll tell you. A man who talks a lot of shit, but likes me. Look, at the end of the day, you want something from me, and I want something from you. Can't we just say fuck it to the rest?
What you want from me?
Keep me out of another room.
Achilles hands Odysseus a hammer. They both go to work on the boards.
I left because my lady died. And I had a kid, Icarus. He graduated, top of his class. Got accepted to a lot of schools, but chose Howard for writing.
Little invincible. Smart dude, huh? Like school?
Always been that way.
You ever tell you about the college stuff he gets into now?
Full disclosure, right?
Yeah.
We haven't talked since he tried to kill himself.
Thunder claps in the distance. Waves crash.
And he didn't like school. He loved school.
Odysseus walks to the back. Achilles goes behind the counter and takes out the journal. He opens it to read. Icarus enters, carrying a telescope and his journal. He takes a moment to stare up at the night sky.
Journal entry number 83. I fucking hate school. But I did learn something. In science class, Mrs. Riker is up at the board, so excited about teaching her students chemical particles or some NASA theory. Too excited to pay attention to her students behind her back, texting or giving hand jobs underneath the lab tables. I kind of admired that about her. The ability to just turn the world off, to keep her eyes open only to the world of her passions and desires, of quantum theory and scientific algorithms she repeatedly drew. At the end of the period, she talked about how scientists have just discovered that we're not alone in the universe. The Earth is not just one populated rock in a galaxy of billions of equally unimportant rocks. They have proven there's life out there. On one of the moons of Saturn, Enceladus, I think, there is a deep history of Black people looking at the sky. Tonight's homework assignment, find life.
He looks through the telescope again. Nothing. Icarus feels a pain in his back. He takes off his shirt, revealing a fresh tattoo in the shape of a rose on his lower back. Large in size, obviously homemade, but beautifully done. Icarus then takes off his pants, revealing a pair of black lace panties underneath. He looks into a mirror, admiring the tattoo, the panties, and himself. Now a creature of sex, muscle, and grace.
David gave me this yesterday. From a drawing he did that reminded him of me. We snuck back to his house after lunch when we knew his dad wasn't home. After he was finished, we started talking about his dad, and David got quiet. He started to cry and fell into my lap. With his arms, with my arms around David, I held him and kissed him. He stopped and told me to put my shirt back on, and we went back to school. Under my shirt, I still felt the heat of the needle on my back and knew that a part of the pain he was feeling, he gave to me. He trusted me with it in that tattoo, in each solid line and in the painted shadows. That's when I knew how much we meant to each other. But in school, all I could do was look across the hall at him. He was back with his boys again, solid, leaning, hard.
Icarus puts his clothes back on.
First day of practice, fuck me.
Icarus, you getting that paint?
I'm getting it, Pops. I just came from the house, cleaning up some stuff.
Full lights up on the shop.
Oh, well, you ain't got much time left before you got to get on the bus for school. Don't want you being late for the gym neither, unless you don't suffer no stragglers. Now, start wiping off those counters again after you get those paint buckets. Does be growing on them like chest hair.
Icarus reluctantly heads to the back room.
Now we gonna have to finish up them shelves today. So after practice, come straight back here. Cause we gonna be staying up late tonight. You and me. How many of those paint cans you unloaded?
I got a few more left after this.
There is a loud crash from the back.
Icarus! What the hell was that, boy?
Icarus comes from the back room, covered in paint from head to toe.
Boy, what is wrong with you? You know how much I spent on all that paint, and here you is swimming in it.
I'm sorry, Pops. It just slipped out of my hand. The top was loose and everything just came down.
I don't need excuses. I need to know what we gonna do to make up for all that paint you just spilled.
I said I was sorry.
Boy.
You're not the one covered in paint. You just...
Both Icarus and Achilles start laughing. Achilles tries to walk over to Icarus and grab him, but they both slip on the paint and fall. They laugh even harder.
When I asked for some help with my shop, I didn't pick from the top of the barrel, did I? Well, you are just as clumsy as your mama.
So is this considered a pre-college work study? You said you wanted a qualified manager. You should have taken a closer look at my resume.
Yeah, well, despite all the applications I got, you were the only son I had, so that made you qualified. Come on, help me up so I can get you a clean shirt.
Achilles sees the tattoo on Icarus's back.
What's that about?
What?
Taking up doing some artwork on your back, boy?
I just forgot about it.
How could you forget? It's as big as a moon.
It's just something I decided to get. Doesn't mean anything. I just liked it.
Hey, all right, you 17. I got my first thing just a year before you. It's just a flower, though?
I said it doesn't mean anything. I did it for me. Nobody's gonna see it, okay?
Forget the paint. Just go ahead and finish wiping up that counter. I'll get a mop and tackle the floor. Then I take you to school myself instead of the bus. I could even pick you up and take you to practice after. If you...
Ooh, I was thinking, look, Pop, I just don't think today is the right day to go to practice.
I thought we made a deal. You ain't skipping no practice days.
I was thinking that maybe we can do something different, just something with us. We can go to Chuck's Diner and grab a Hungry Man snack, like we used to.
Well, and just forget about your practice that I worked so hard to set up? We made an obligation, boy, and we got to stick to it.
You made the obligation. And frankly, I don't think I belong in a moldy-ass boxing ring anyway. I told you that.
Fine, then. Jesus. The hell with my stupid little boxing gym. After school, you can just roll on past all slump-shouldered and get back here with me. Get some more of this work done. Shit. I'll just leave all this paint here for you to clean up when you get back.
I don't think it'll matter anyway.
What'd you say?
Nothing. Forget it.
Speak up, son. The strong men only get stronger when they punch through the walls of it.
Please don't sling your quotes at me. You always do that, and I hate it. Ever since I can remember, you have always punctuated my days with your movie quotes.
They're mine.
They're someone else's. Someone who typed them up on a sheet of paper and fed them to you between takes when you were dodging rubber bullets.
Look, I'm just trying to impart some wisdom, son.
You don't talk to me. You lecture or you preach or you impart wisdom, but you never just talk to me, and it's pissing me off.
Oh, so you got something to say? You pissed? Then pump some air to that chest and say it. You got a dick, talk to me like you do. Straighten your spine. Spread them feet, spit it out.
People don't come around this neighborhood anymore.
What's that got to do with me?
Pops, look around. Nothing that was here before is still here, except this shop. Almost all the businesses in the neighborhood took the money given to them and moved out. Even Mr. Simmons, he knew a good deal when he saw it and took the money.
Stop it. You just, look, Mr. Simmons did more for me, for us, than anybody else.
If he did, then where's your half of the money, Pops? Whose money have you been spending to fix this place up?
He knew that I could make this place better than he ever could. From the ground up, he believed in me enough to do that. I will pick us back up, and when you get to whatever school you going to, you can tell those Ivy League motherfuckers that your daddy owned this shop. A shop that he built and ran and made.
White people want this place. Let them have it. We need the money.
This ain't about money. This is about pride. The goddamn legacy. Maybe if you went off getting motherfucking flowers tattooed all over yourself and actually help me, some of this can actually come together. Now look, look, I get the anger, okay? You think all this shit is stacked up against you, and it is. I mean, you know, you're black, you're smart, you're different.
Different.
Well, I mean, you know, ain't no real brothers tattooing flowers on their back like some female.
I like it.
That's besides the point. Don't look right. Where'd you get that from anyway? I mean,
David. He gave it to me.
What?
David. He drew it up and then got some ink and a needle and he put it on my back.
I've known that boy since he was playing in the sand.
Not like I did.
Now listen, I ain't gonna have Dee's daddy banging down my door because he's been sniffing around and getting into whatever you two got going on.
If his dad would stay home for more than an hour before hitting the bar or the strip club, he'd see it too.
We gonna get it removed.
No.
So, you gonna keep that on you? Let Dee mark you up like you his bitch? Is that what you want?
Unlike you, I know when I'm some man's bitch.
Fuck you just say.
Why don't you ask Mr. Simmons?
Icarus turns to walk away, but Achilles grabs and pulls him by the arm. Pure rage looking into pure rage. Achilles pushes Icarus away.
What's wrong with you, boy? You acting like somebody I don't even know.
You don't know me. This shop, this mess, this is your life, not mine, and I'll be with David. Huh? I'll be with him.
Icarus picks up his bag and quickly leaves the shop. Achilles looks around at the mess, visibly angered. He takes out his cell phone. He dials a number. It rings. Achilles storms for the back rooms. Friday, 2019. The shop after closing, night. Odysseus comes out of the back room, backpack in hand, obviously having sneaked in. He looks around the empty shop. After a moment, he finds a corner and sits down. From out of his bag, he takes out a smaller bag containing a plastic bag, rubber tube, spoon, and needle. As he's preparing to inject, Icarus walks across the stage in a past reality converged with the current one. He finds a corner and sits. From out of his bag, he takes out a bottle of blue pills, the same from earlier. He opens it and pops one in his mouth. Saturn's light disappears. End of Act 1.
Act 2, Saturday, 1984. Darkness. Music from an offstage television breaks through the silence. The Sanford and Son theme song. Saturn illuminates, hanging high and solitary, but still very distant. Sir runs excitedly out on the stage in dirty workman's overalls and jacket. An audience applause track welcomes him on. He hangs up his hat, seeing a bottle of whiskey on a table with a glass. He smiles and weaves toward it like a hummingbird to sweet nectar. He pours himself a glass.
Achilles! Achilles! Achilles, get your ass out of here, boy!
He downs the whiskey in one gulp.
Achilles! Achilles, come here!
Young Achilles walks on stage to an audience applause track. He comically trips over himself in classic sitcom fashion. A laugh track follows directly after.
Yes, Pa?
Guess what?
Yes, sir?
Come here! Come here and look!
Sir pulls Achilles in, wrapping his arm around his shoulder. He points to the sky.
You see it up there? Danny boy, look up there, look up close. She's right there in front of you. Big as day and twice as bright as any of them stars, boy. Almost if you stare at it long enough, you go blind. But what man can give up the temptation?
Achilles strains his eyes to see what his father is looking at, but he sees nothing but the dark.
Sorry, sir. I still don't see it. And nothing.
It's because you've been wasting those eyes watching this goddamn TV. You telling me you don't see it, boy?
I'm sorry, sir. What is it?
Saturn, fool! Right there. Look at it. I ever tell you the first time I saw her hanging there in the sky? You know, my daddy dragged us all out, all 7 of us, onto the porch. He showed us. Ain't never seen nothing so beautiful. And ain't never seen nothing again for a long time following. Tonight, though, she finally come back to me. Got a glimpse of her down at the roadhouse. Now hopped in the truck, as I did, and drove like hell back here.
Sir starts to dance, clumsy, free, happy. There is an audience laugh track, followed by an applause track once he's done.
Now back to the lady. Now go on upstairs and get some work pants on. Meet me out by the shed.
Why, sir?
It's harvest time, boy. Don't you know nothing about how the planets work? Saturn is the working man's globe, boy. Means good planting is coming. We gonna get to that field tonight.
Achilles runs obediently off stage. Sir fixes himself another drink. He looks out the window at the bright planet, enamored.
You were down at the roadhouse tonight, sir?
What'd you say? Oh, yeah, that's right. I met up with a couple of the fellas, about half them boys down from the team. All of them toasting to me, you know. Coming together to clap their hands to me coaching a good game last night. Boy, I brought our team out to victory against Jefferson. We kicked their asses, thanks to me and my leadership. Recognition, Achilles. That's what it is. That's what that is. What is a man without that? His pride, his soil, and his recognition.
Young Achilles enters in the middle of putting on his work shirt.
Mr. Finer never called me telling me you was down there with the other boys. He usually calls me at work so I can ride my bike down there to take care of you. And
I told you. Oh, now. I mean, why the hell would what he call you, boy?
To be there to drink some of what watered down Blue Ribbon to our good game.
Those other boys pulled it together in the last quarter. barreled through those motherfuckers to the end goal, but you, fuck, where were you? Out after a few passes, knocked over by a single hit, like a feather you was, just breezing and blowing. Should have named you Goose or Duck or some shit like that. Get a name appropriate for you.
Audience laugh track.
I work on my gameplays. I've been trying, sir.
You know how embarrassing it is for me to be the football coach and having a son who has to try to be a good player. Only reason I took the damn job was because you built like a refrigerator, made the tackle, hit and defend. But look at you. Ride that bench like the space shuttle, ain't you? What's to celebrate about that?
I just gotta find the right place for me.
Right now, your ass is placed right on the sidelines watching those smaller boys run past you. You need to be knocking them down. You hear me?
I hear you, sir.
And what's that shit you told me you wanted to be a while back?
An actor, sir. For the movies, for TV.
Sir turns his attention toward the TV screen again.
Spilling out words a white man already wrote. You want to read something?
Sir takes out a newspaper clipping from his jacket pocket. He hands it to young Achilles.
Read what's written right there. Go on.
Young Achilles stares at the paper. Sir snatches back the paper from Achilles.
You don't play a script when you can't even goddamn read it. Got those cracker teachers at that school looking at my black boy, calling him dyslexic. Looking at him with pity, like some retarded monkey. I know better. You is cursed, is cursed, is cursed 3 times over. Now let me tell you something. You ain't getting on the screen. You don't belong on the football field. So where you gonna be? In that sugar field with me. In fact, you wanna do some reciting? Let's recite. Because I don't think you're serious about how things work for us around here.
Sir, it's late. We got work to do, and I don't want to...
Give a fuck about what you wanted to do. I would have asked your permission before banging out your mama and planting you in her belly. We gonna do this, and do this now. Recite the brother code.
Sir stands, arms folded in front of his son. Achilles swallows his hesitation and stands at attention.
The brother code.
Stretch them legs, goddammit, and puff out that chest.
The brother code. The ancestral laws handed down from man to boy since the beginning of time, referring to the rules and overall governance of the African American male.
Number 1.
You will have a sense of expectation from those who know a lot better than you.
Number 2.
You will have a sense of responsibility to protect what is yours and strike down what is not.
The next one.
Any acting, dancing, cooking will be subject to questioning, and any participators will be subject to possible eviction from the Black Brotherhood.
Next.
All performances of the African American male under the Brother Code must deliver a single critical message: pride, strength, control.
Sir goes up to Achilles and looks him square in the eye.
Finish it.
Sir takes a big gulp from his whiskey bottle and stands in front of Achilles, readying himself.
Come on.
Those who transgress the Brother Code will be subject to a beating, and names like faggot freak, bitch coon, pussy nigga, sissy punk.
Achilles gives him one last hit with the greatest effort. However, Sir remains standing. There is an audience applause track. Achilles looks at his father, tired and angry. Sir is visibly angry too as he gives Achilles one hard hit across the face, sending him to the ground.
Still ain't strong enough to knock me down. How you gonna be out there, huh? I feel like I always gotta be there to protect you. That weakness is gonna put me in the ground sooner than I'd like. One day, that's the truth. I can't hide from it. You can't hide from it either. And this is the only truth this girl gonna show you.
Achilles tries to get up.
Now turn off that damn TV. Get me out by the shed.
Sir walks off stage. Young Achilles struggles, but eventually gets to his feet. There is another audience laugh track. He takes out a remote control from his pocket. The theme from Sanford & Son plays again over the silence. Young Achilles stares out at the screen with a bloody nose. He clicks the remote. Blackout. Thursday, 2019. Lights up on the empty shop. A record player, an offbeat new element added, sits on the counter next to a box of old vinyls. Odysseus walks out from the back, picking up one already on the counter. Ready to die. Sweaty, tired but excited, he takes out the record, places it in the player, and moves the needle. Soon, the New York accented rhymes of Notorious B.I.G.'s Big Papa comes pouring out, filling the space. Odysseus begins to jam to the beat, and then he gets into the groove, continuing his work. Soon the entire shop is bursting with lyrics of poverty, dreaming, and drugs.
Hey. I love it when you call me Big Papa. Hey, yeah.
Achilles enters, also drenched with sweat and hard work. He sees the record player, and Odysseus dancing.
What the hell you think you doing, nigga?
Oh, damn. You. Damn, Invincible, you scared me.
Hold up. What's all this?
Oh, shit. Yo, I'm sorry, Invincibles. Sir, I saw the vinyl in the back and the player too, and shit, yo, I thought we could use some beats while we, Look, I'm a big fan of B.I.G. You a big fan of B.I.G. I couldn't resist,
A beat. A someone about to get his ass kicked beat. Suddenly, Achilles begins to rap along to the lyrics perfectly. He weaves and bops to the rhythms like he was born to it.
You all the ladies in the place with style and grace, allow me to place these lyrical dishes in your bushes. Who write rhymes and make moves with all the mommies? The back of the
Oh, what? Yo, you kidding me? Yo, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, boy.
Achilles begins to dance. He slides and spins and swerves with ease, making an impressive show in the middle of the shop.
Whoa, wait a minute. Yo, you busting moves. Hey, y'all, Invincible Jones got some moves. Yo.
Achilles' age begins to make a presence, and he stops, out of breath but still showing excitement.
Oh, now it's your turn, young blood.
Whoa, wait, I just listen. I can dance a little, but I ain't working with all you working with.
That is not dancing. Come on before the song is over. Biggie's looking at you.
Odysseus takes him up on his challenge. He breaks out a few moves. They are comically horrible. Achilles can't help but start laughing. He goes to the vinyl and removes the needle.
All right. Stop. This music is calling an ambulance. I'm going to report a terrible accident.
Hey, yo, shut up. I told you I could only dance a little.
What the crackhead jitterbug?
Hey, don't start on my moves, Invincible, okay?
You how to move like that?
Hey, a little bit of Mike, some Prince, a little bit of Bruno and Jagger thrown in there.
Yeah, thrown in is right. It's bad, brother. Bad.
Hey, you could teach me.
Teach you what?
What you did, stepping like a B-boy.
Shit, from what I just said, I couldn't teach you how to walk.
Okay, I get it, all right? I was just trying to instantly play some music, damn.
Music you had no business playing in the first place.
Well, it caught me off guard, you know? Seeing it back there just so lonely and dirty and dusty, just lying in a half-wet box like some garbage. I mean, a ready-to-die in vinyl and cassette?
I also got a signed copy of Juicy Squeeze in there.
Achilles
Yeah.
rummages through the box and pulls out a dusty case.
What? Yo, signed? Just piled in the back, man. How'd you get that?
Well, you think the only one who knows about Invincible Jones is you? Here, read that there.
For the Thunder Gladiator. Chris? Yo, fuck me. Yo.
Later, when I listened to the album, it's music, and I found out who Chris was.
Yo, he was all of us. Invincible. Yo, man, nobody could tear up a thug soul like Biggie. Yeah.
Man, Icarus must have passed that room 100 times. I don't think he ever looked. Let me show you something.
Achilles walks towards the back. He returns with an old dusty box. He sits it on the counter and takes out his armor. Rusted and dirty, but still spectacular. Odysseus reaches out to touch it, feeling the cold metal.
Holy black Jesus, bruh. The Holy Grail? The motherfucking Golden Fleece, yo. That's the Thunder Gladiator. The Thunder Gladiator is here, man. Yo. What?
The only thing I got left of him anyway. And you know what?
What?
I see. Those motherfuckers was gonna just let me walk away without it, but nah. This is mine.
You know, Invincible, I could scrub this down and polish it. Yo, we can mount it right above the wall over there so everybody knows this shop belongs to the Thunder Gladiator.
You know, it's a good thought, young blood. It's a real good thought.
The spell is broken. Achilles places the armor carefully back in the box.
All right, break's over. We got more to carry on, and you got to get back to fixing those shelves.
So we still doing this? You know this whole code of silence thing, me staying in this lane and you all up in the other lane?
That's what we agreed on, right? Well, there's a small part of me that wants to go up to you and check the back of your head for an expiration date.
All right, go ahead.
We had an agreement.
Well, I'm breaking it. I'm officially throwing that shit in the air and breaking it all over the floor. Like, order on trunks everywhere. Boom.
Maybe I don't need to check your head. I know there's something wrong with it. You is one confusing motherfucker.
That's all you had to say to me? Come on, Invincible. Tell me about myself. I've been working here for 2 weeks. Tell me something. How am I different?
You're loud.
Okay. I'm one loud son of a bitch. What else?
Don't forget to organize the rest of the bone tail boxes in the back.
It's already done. Boom. And I'm gonna be done with those shells soon too. Double boom. You want anything else?
No, man. You're good for the day. Finish what you got to finish. I don't want to keep you too long. You can leave that out.
He re-enters and they continue working.
Can I ask you something?
Not gonna run away if you do.
You say you're doing all this work for a signature. What you gonna do when you get it? You got family on the other side of the ocean, boy? Someone you got love for? Or who's got love for you?
Nobody. Met my daddy once in my life. At this old shithole in Koreatown. I knew it was him. He knew it was me. He looked at me. drunk and walked right past. Ain't nowhere in that face or that feeling of love that I held on to. He didn't want me no more. And I didn't need him anymore. Look, I was a man. And if there's one thing a grown man don't need, it's another grown man. Right? Let me tell you something. Love. Fuck love. I don't know what's going to be waiting for me when I get back out there, but I know, thanks to Jason Irvin Mathis, not to let love have anything to do with it. You feel me? I don't need him. I don't need anybody. All right? You know what I'm going to do with that ocean? I'm going to drink it up. Swallow it whole so that love can't follow me. I kept all my medals when I got discharged. I threw them out. Accommodation medal, the expert rifleman medal, the good conduct medal. And you know why? So I could be free. Free of love and free of all the expectations of people that comes with all that shit. Because that bitch love wants niggas to be exactly what they expect us to be. Because in their eyes, there ain't room for nothing else.
Achilles gets up and walks over to the back room, leaving Odysseus alone. Odysseus rushes behind the counter, brings out his backpack. He opens it and sets up his needle, drugs, and spoon, taking care with every step. The shop dims. Icarus walks onto the stage. He's in his boxing uniform, gloves on his hands.
Journal entry number 90. A black boy with secrets is like the world's shittiest recipe. First, you take a little Negro boy, fresh out of the safe and sealed package of his mother's womb. His first secret is already rolled up inside of him, raw, bare, and unprocessed. Then you take him out, you beat him, hammer him down repeatedly until he is nice and tender, but not sensitive, never sensitive, huh? After he is properly pounded, the secret is exposed out into the air. He is then seasoned with the sprinkles of the potential that his parents wish he had. Don't forget to cover both sides. He is spread out and stuck in the oven, which is turned on to its highest temperature. I believe the setting is hot sun, you know? The same hot sun that beat down on the backs of your ancestors who worked out in the field all day and died so you wouldn't be sucking dick in a locker room with the angry neighborhood boy. That kind of hot.
The sound of a boxing bell. Icarus takes out the bottle of blue pills and takes one. He swallows hard and then exits. Lights up on the shop. Achilles enters from the back room, on the phone. In one arm, he carries a cardboard box.
Now you need to listen to me, all right? I told you that doing this crazy commercial ain't gonna bring. I'm trying to get a fresh start with this place. I just don't want to make any dumb mistakes, like dressing up as Caligula and charging people with a sword, fool.
Achilles hangs up the phone. From inside the box, he takes out his armor, bright, shining. He takes a moment to look at it, feeling the smooth surface and picking it up. He holds it up against his figure. For a moment, he is transported back to his days in front of a camera. Icarus bursts through the doors with a busted lip and a black eye. He is seething with rage and practically shaking. Achilles quickly puts the armor back in the box on the counter.
Boy, you must have lost your mind. Come running up in here slamming my... Aren't you supposed to be at the gym?
I'm not going back. I'm not going back to that goddamn gym, to goddamn school.
All right, calm down, son. Let me take a look at you. They got you good, that's for sure. It don't look life-threatening, just be scrapes. Let's get some of that blood out.
Don't touch it.
Icarus tears his head away and walks across the room.
Yeah, they plugged you, but it's nothing to get pissed about, son. That's boxing. That's what is to be expected at a practice. You just wipe the slate clean and start again.
This wasn't practice.
What?
This was after. Look at me. They jumped me, Dad. I got the shit kicked out of me.
Ooh.
They followed me to the bus stop and hit me in the face. They just kept hitting me until I fell down, and then I just ran. I ran all the way as far as I could. The other guys, Pops, and Jamal, and Jerry, they just started going off on me.
Why you, son? I asked you a question. Why did those other boys jump you?
Because David told them to.
What you talking about? I thought you and David, it had to be something else. I mean, you know how these young sons of bitches can be turned up. Just any little thing, hell. You just could just even look at them wrong and they start acting.
Achilles Jones, kid, is a nigga faggot. That's what they said to me. Even when I was running away from them, they just kept shouting it over and over because David told them about me. Said I was trying to turn him. When we were taking a break at practice and David came up to me, I didn't like the way he looked at me. Like he didn't even know me.
What did he do to you, son?
Just leave me alone.
Damn it, Icarus, you can't be running from people when you get face to face with a problem. You got to have a chest full of steel. And they got to match, boy. You just gonna let people get the best of you like that? You got to have the ingredients it takes to be strong. That's why I sent you to that gym in the first place.
You're not listening to me.
Icarus takes out the bottle of blue pills and slams them on the counter.
I had the ingredients. It still didn't do shit to help me.
What is that?
Something I picked up.
Where?
Does it matter?
Does fucking matter, Icarus. Drugs?
Not drugs.
You're not fighting dirty with some fucking steroids, are you? Because I ain't raising no junkie.
They're safe, all right? When taken right. I thought they were supposed to help me carve out my own strength, but they didn't, Pops. Nothing will because I'm not like you. I see it. Everybody sees it. Even David saw it.
Let's get some ice. Let's get some ice for that eye.
I'm not going back.
You know, maybe it's the way Nessie is teaching you over there. Man, I should have known. Man couldn't fight worth shit on set, even a fake fight. Now come on, let me show you fighting techniques.
Achilles gets into a boxer pose.
You're gonna see. You don't need those things. Show me some fast feet. No matter what, you gonna learn to defend yourself. Come on.
Before I ran, I hit one of them. David. Right in the face. I broke his nose. And he fell. And I just kept going, and I beat him down. They had to pull me off of him, and you know what? It felt good. Does that make you proud of me yet, Pops?
Not to me like that. You don't know the world yet, son.
Yes, I do. It looks like you. It looks like them. It looks like this whole fucking shop.
You're gonna take those lessons.
The hell I am!
Who the fuck do you think you talking back to? Every word I say around here ain't up for some backhanded discussion. You do what I say because I say it. I'm your daddy, and
I'm not the daddy. I'm the daddy. I keep up with your bills. I cook for you. I clean. I get good grades. I took care of you and mom, dad, because you didn't want to fucking deal with it. Being everything I need to be for you, and I can't deal with it. I can't deal with everything and still hope that it's all gonna be okay. That you're gonna be okay. Listen, I know you've been taking money from me, Pops. From my college fund. The one that Mom put away for me. You think a daddy does that?
Now, I told you. I was gonna get us out. When the shop picks up, I'm gonna put back all that money. Now,
it's not about the... Fuck! I don't give a shit about the money. But the shop isn't gonna open just by you switching the closed sign to the open sign every day. If you were any kind of a daddy, you get rid of all this shit, sell it, and get the hell out of here. But you're not. This is all you care about. This is all you are.
Icarus angrily takes up the box. He throws it to the ground, sending the armor pieces everywhere. Achilles looks at the sharp, cold metal. Icarus stares on, too angry to say anything more, but also too afraid of what would happen if he did. Without a word, Icarus grabs his bag and stares out into the audience, beaten and bloody. Achilles, shocked and angry, only stares down at the fallen armor. Lights dim on the shop. Odysseus appears in the corner, a shadow slumped and delirious as the drugs take effect. Needle in arm.
When the baking is done and all the secrets are out, the black boy is taken carefully out of the oven. He is hard, very hard. A burnt and tough piece of dark meat, ready to be devoured. Because everyone's hungry now.
Saturn grows and devours all three of them. There is nothing but the darkness. Friday, 2019. A spotlight on Odysseus, asleep in the corner of the shop, sleeping off his high. Out of the darkness around him comes the echoing of voices, whispers. They seem distant at first, but they grow stronger and closer. There is the sound of a window crashing, waking Odysseus. It is followed by the heavy footsteps of the intruders entering the shop. Their voices creep across the stage. They laugh, and accompanying them is the sound of a spray can. The sound of more breaking glass, falling shelves, and crashing doors. A beam from a flashlight swivels around the stage. Odysseus hazily props himself up, eventually getting on shaky feet.
Hey! You punks! Hey, you fucking punks! Go on, get the. You ain't gonna find no way out back there. Hey, get the fuck out! Hey, now! Hey!
Odysseus walks towards the back rooms. There is the sound of more crashing until Odysseus finally emerges alone. He stumbles around in the dark, feeling for the light switch. He turns on the lights, and illuminated, like an open wound, is a large red graffiti sign. AIDS, nigga, faggot, dead forever. Odysseus' eyes trail to the ground, where he sees Icarus's journal thrown. He kneels down to pick it up. He holds it in his hands, flipping through the pages. Lights out. Friday, 2019. Later that day, the shop is a scene of destruction. Shelves have been knocked down, inventory broken, and boxes torn open with the contents spilling onto the floor. The graffiti lingers. Odysseus is in the middle of sweeping up when Achilles comes bursting in from the back rooms like a maniac. His eyes are bloodshot as he searches behind the counter. Odysseus runs up behind him, a bit nervous.
All right, now, Invincible, you got to think about what you're doing.
God knows. God knows. Oh, Jesus. I gotta stop, guys. I'm sorry.
Friday, 2019. Later that day, the shop is a scene of destruction. Shelves have been knocked down, inventory broken, and boxes torn open with the contents spilling onto the floor. The graffiti lingers. Odysseus is in the middle of sweeping up when Achilles comes bursting in from the back rooms like a maniac. His eyes are bloodshot as he searches behind the counter. Odysseus runs up behind him, a bit nervous.
All right, now, Invincible, you got to think about what you're doing.
I'm thinking, the devil knows the thoughts that are running through my head right now. Where are those goddamn bullets?
Hey, they were probably just a bunch of stupid kids.
I knew who they were. Jamal and Jerry. For a whole year, I've seen them walking and looking in when they don't think I see them.
Well, they gone now, and it looks like they ain't coming back.
You get a look at them?
What?
Last night, did you get a good look at them when they came back to drop off the store key? You said they saw you and ran off. Did you see who they was?
Look, I told you it was dark. I couldn't even see my own feet.
Were there more of them? I mean, just the two?
I don't know.
But someone who was at the scene of the crime, you sure don't know shit about what happened.
Look, the point is I scared them off. All right?
Motherfuckers is lucky I wasn't there. I would have done more than scare them.
Well, they gone now, Invincible.
Jesus, you know, I'm used to folks coming up in my shop these days. Both white and black have been trying to push me out. White want to buy me out and black want to rob me. Now this?
You should call the police.
You crazy. What the hell the police gonna make a bigger mess than what's already here? Now get out of my way.
Achilles walks back behind the counter, pushing Odysseus out of the way. He searches and finally finds the bullets. He goes triumphantly to the back.
So what you gonna do? Track these fools down and shoot them?
Achilles walks out with his gun in his hand, loading the bullets.
Damn right. I'm gonna stand outside this door, holding Pam Grier right here, and wait.
That's gonna get some customers to come rolling in.
You wanna be the first customer?
Hey, yo, come on, man. You really gonna let them cause you unravel like this? You the great Invincible.
Call me that.
So what do you want me to call you?
Achilles Jones, the name my daddy gave me. He saw fit to it, so do I.
So that's all you are then?
This is who I am now. Just Achilles, drowning in the shit.
Achilles kicks some of the boxes down. He rams against the broken shelves in a fury.
All this shit.
He throws boxes across the stage, almost hitting Odysseus, who ducks just out of the way. He is on a rampage, destroying what is left of the shop until the whole place is crumbled. He and Odysseus just stand there in the mess.
What? That brain's starting to work? And remembering what the hell happened in my shop?
Odysseus takes out Icarus's journal from his bag. Achilles stops in his tracks.
What's that?
Found it on the floor. I read it. Figured you might
What you
want
mean?
that.
No. I don't know nothing about that.
Please, you don't think I'd seen you sneaking off for extra long lunch breaks?
What do you need? What do
Lunch
I
on the
need?
counter,
Some
look with
pussy?
eyes fixed on something.
You want to write me some old love letters and shit?
I'd seen it.
I can't believe you bringing this shit to me.
Just say it, yo.
Okay. It's his journal. I read his journal, all right? He's my son. He didn't even want to talk to me, so I had no other choice. Why are you bothering me with this shit?
Where is he, Achilles? Where's Icarus now? Is he here now? You seen him around here?
He's at school.
And what's gonna happen when he comes back? You gonna treat him like you treat me? Tell him that that he ain't shit to you?
I said, off now.
Or tell him that this shop don't mean shit, that your armor don't mean shit. Tell him that the fact that he gay don't mean shit.
Odysseus holds up the journal.
Yo, he talked about this other kid, David D, like a lot. Kind of filled in some blanks. Who was that? Like his boyfriend?
My kid ain't had no boyfriend. What? So you wanna get all into our family, Little foster kid, little Odysseus. Got one of his own, so he trying to get in to fit in, right?
You think that's what I'm about? Huh? You think I need you? You think I need anybody, man? Fuck that.
Is that some more of your heavy drug-induced insight?
Yo, here we go. Look, yo, so you still got your thoughts about me, huh? You don't see nothing more?
Scruffy-looking slack is a scruffy-looking slack. A junkie is a junkie.
So what does that make him to you? Is that all he is? Huh?
That ain't nothing but hate. But this nigga ain't scared of nobody. You hear that?
Icarus ain't coming back, is he? He ain't never coming back from where he is now. Is he? Huh? You a big man, right? Ain't scared of nothing, then answer me that. Icarus ain't coming back from school. He ain't coming back from any fucking where. Because when he tried to kill himself, he knew you were a piece of...
Achilles paces the room as Odysseus looks on. Achilles finally doubles down in exhaustion of rage and fear. For the first time, his hands shake.
I prayed to God. The night I got that damn call, for the first time, I rode 20 miles to the hospital and did some praying. The whole way.
I learned a long time ago, prayer's wasted breath.
I thought so too. But I walked into that room and saw him, hooked up to a bunch of wires and shit. Didn't even look like himself. I asked God to give every ounce of strength that I had, and passed it along to him. Then his eyes would open. He would get out of that fucking bed. I prayed to God for that. Just that one thing. He didn't answer. I realized quick that God's a broke nigga like the rest of us. I guess I figured there was no point in arguing about it or questioning it.
After a moment, Achilles takes the journal and begins to tear out all of the pages. He throws them every which way until it is raining pages all over the shop. Achilles fully crouches down on the ground, holding his head. Saturn looms heavy and large in the distance. Its glow becomes increasingly brighter.
Those dumbass doctors told me they found the pills in his bag. Said they were gonna kill him, then my kid was gonna be okay. They're the goddamn liars. They say, oh, he's gonna be fine now. You can take it back home by Wednesday. By Tuesday, he was dead.
Did you know he was holding pills?
No. Why would you ask me that? You think I knew all that shit he was going on or what he was doing? What was going on with him? You saying what, I had a hand in it? And nothing I did could make him better. Fuck you. I tried to make him better than me. Better than the whole damn world. David, whatever the fuck he called himself. Icarus told me that they were both getting into something together. I called that punk into my shop the very next day. Actually, the very same day. He came after I closed the shop. I looked him up and down and I said to him, you ain't seeing my boy no more. He asked me why. And I told him the same thing I'm telling you. Because you ain't gonna be a part of our lives. He said he loved Icarus, that he wanted to be with him. I pointed my finger to the door. And I told him to leave and never come back around here no more. But he didn't move. He just stood there. It was then that I knew he would never move. So I got Pam Grier. And there I was, in front of a kid who I'd known since he was crawling around on his bed. I knew his daddy. But I was prepared to blow a hole in his head and let him bleed out on my floor. I realized that as soon as I cocked my gun in his face and stared right into his eyes. None of this had to do with him. You know, Icarus was always having his head in the galaxies, dreaming and riding off about to some far off somewhere. But that wasn't our world. World who was taught to call them faggot freaks, bitch coons, pussy niggas, and sissy punks. I didn't know he'd take out what I did to him on my boy. Hurt him the way he did. The things I did and the things I took, I did because I had to. Icarus learned what he had to from me. And that was good enough. I was good enough.
Being good enough don't got shit to do with your kids and who they are, man. How they turn out, who they love. You telling me you read all this, all of his words, and you still don't see him, do you?
I saw what I had to. I don't need no junkie telling me otherwise.
Odysseus walks over to his backpack. He takes out his small bag and throws it at Achilles. Achilles opens the bag and sees the spoon and the needle.
You ain't seen me as nothing but a junkie, right? There he is. Shit. Achilles Jones. Nothing but Jason Irvin Mathis in a tired metal suit. You know why I was holding that bag? Why he was holding those pills? Because I guess all little black boys need an out when it comes to their piece of shit fathers.
Achilles walks over behind the counter. He takes out the sign-off slip.
Yo, what you doing?
Here's the only thing that matters to you, right? I signed my name. You can go.
Achilles, you don't have to do all that. Look, I got heated because for a second
Achilles signs the piece of paper, balls it up, and walks over to Odysseus, shoving it and the bag into his arms.
Fuck out.
Please don't just kick me to the curb like this. Look, I'm just trying to understand some shit.
It's there for you to understand. Take your ass back to the bed at the center.
I can't.
Hell out of my shot, boy.
I can't do that, yo.
Goddamn choice. I said get out, motherfucker. Go back to the center.
I can't go back to the center.
The hell? They ain't injured. Did they? Huh?
Look, and then Achilles, you gotta hear me out.
You've been coming up in my shop and nobody sent you?
Look, I was kicked out of my last center, all right? I was looking for some work, nothing paid, just something to keep my hands busy, and an old contact at the Kennar hooked me up with his work order. And
That's a fucking liar.
Look, I was just wanting to build this place back up. Not for you, but for him, the Thunder Gladiator.
Ain't your daddy, you got that. I got a son. My son. My shop. Where you been sleeping then? You went and treated my shop like some goddamn crack house? Get out.
gotta listen to me, man.
I don't gotta do nothing for you no more. I'm done tilling the soil. Ain't nothing for me in it.
Look, you were the man I saw in my childhood who was the closest thing to a superhero for me. And I saw you save so many lives on screen. I was just hoping that that could be true for me.
The truth is bullshit.
Odysseus stoops down and takes the piece of paper. He stuffs it in his pocket. Saturn's light grows brighter and stronger. Odysseus walks out of the shop. He takes with him the sound of the ocean. Achilles walks to the back room. Friday, 2019. Later that night, the shop, quiet streets. Odysseus enters back into the shop through one of the windows, all worse for the wear. Disoriented from a fresh high, he takes a look around at the leftover mess. He stumbles around, attempting to clear a path with a few boxes. He scrubs the counter, adjusting some of the products on the walls. It helps a little, but not much. He's too far gone. He takes a seat on the floor in front of the counter. He takes out his cell phone.
I ain't even gonna tell you how I got your number. You just gonna kill me. Listen, I came back to the shop. Look, I'm just gonna clear away some of this shit before morning. Just a few boxes before you get back, and I want to do some of this cleaning before you get back. I know, you don't want me here, but I'm just gonna tackle these fucking windows before the rain comes. Looks like it's gonna come, like it's gonna.
Odysseus collapses on the floor. Saturday, 2019. Early morning, the shop. Achilles storms in through the front door. He spots Odysseus lying on the floor.
Hey, Youngblood, get up. You gonna sleep off whatever this is down the county. I don't have time for this shit. Come on.
Achilles reaches down and feels for his pulse. Extremely weak.
No, you ain't gonna do this to me. You ain't gonna do this to me again. No. Come on, get up, stand up, Youngblood. Shit. You ain't. Oh, don't you think about this? Don't you think about that shit? No.
Achilles pulls his strength and lifts Odysseus. He struggles at first, but manages to get Odysseus settled into his arms. He runs out of the shop. Saturday, 2019. After a few hours, the stars are out and vibrant. Saturn hangs bright. Achilles' shop. Achilles enters alone in the silence.
My name is Achilles Jones, and I'm the world's greatest warrior. I'm strong, fast, and mighty. I protect what is mine and strike down what is not. My body is my greatest weapon. With it, I could outlast time, move mountains, force the strongest trees to bend. I can look Saturn in the face if I wanted to. I can look you in the face if I wanted to. You son of a bitch. Invincible! The original Iron Man! Is that what I am for you? Huh? Tell me, cause I don't know anymore. I don't got nothing no more. I'm just here. Just here.
After a moment, Achilles looks around at the scattered papers around him. He searches and lands on a piece of paper. He picks it up. Spotlight only on Achilles now as he begins to read. As he does, the shop begins to break away and dissolve around him. The stars are on fire as Achilles is plunged into space. Drifting aimlessly and without control, he stares in amazement at the nebulous clouds and the galaxy clusters. The great giant bodies whisk past him at lightning speed. Earth, Mercury, Uranus, Venus, Jupiter, and on, until finally he is face to face with Saturn, which shines the brightest out of any of the planets. From there, we see the moon, Enceladus. A shadow appears to be emerging from within the moon. Faint at first, as it becomes clearer, it seems to be wearing a crown of blue flowers. The image is Icarus, a beautiful warrior. Tall, majestic, dark, standing proud in heels. His body is painted in an intricate blue paint pattern, bright and shining. Achilles stands next to him, awkward, unsure, dark, standing in simple jeans and a t-shirt.
Journal entry number 103. I laid down last night and had that dream again. I didn't even want to write it down in here. As if each stroke of the pen was like cut across my body where I keep it contained. If I wrote too much, I'd bleed the dream out, thinking it's not real. I've always been a child of fantasy. Today, I typed into Google, "Black gay men in America." And the first 5 engines said the same thing. Numbers, statistics, facts. No fantasy. But I don't know why. I just keep dreaming about that moon on Saturn. It's just been stuck in my head ever since Mrs. Riker's class. And in my head, I'm already there.
He looks up into the sky.
The possibilities, those still waters and cold gray stones can lead to a world completely different than ours. I hope we go there someday. I know, not in my lifetime. In the future, all black gay men would crowd on spaceships made of gold and impressive, like the Enterprise or the Millennium Falcon, and just escape all this shit. Just shoot off into the stars, straight for that moon. We can forget about our old world. A world where we have to try 10 times as hard to be just as good as the white and the straight.
As he keeps talking, the glow from Saturn is getting even brighter behind him, creating his own spotlight.
this can be a new world where new ideas and concepts will be blown around by the sighs of happy dreamers. Life. I found it. We would live right on Saturn's moon. Free living and fucking. Let's have a moment of silence for all the fucking that we would do. Whew. And when our lives would end, there would be no pain. We'd just paint ourselves into the Milky Way and live as gods, vague and blurry gods of the cosmos who don't take sides. On Saturn's moon, we'll wear garlands of blue flowers around our heads like crowns and dance.
Icarus moves his upper body while standing in place like a choreographed dance. He flexes his arms. He arches his back. He caresses his chest.
Until finally, as soon as we let our minds forget, we are transformed into these beautiful things.
Icarus looks over to Achilles. For the first time, they see each other.
Because we are beautiful things. And we are fantasy.
A burst of blue divine light washes over the stage. It is dark. Saturday, 2020. 1 year later. Lights up on the shop, clean but still in need of repair. Achilles is sweeping the floor. After a moment, he takes a seat on the floor in exhaustion as he looks around him. Odysseus enters through the shop doors, carrying the sound of the ocean with him. He looks healthier, wearing a fast food uniform and carrying his backpack. He and Achilles look at each other, really look at one another. Odysseus walks over to Achilles and sits on the ground next to him.
You don't got that smell no more.
Scrubbed it out. Reminded me of you too much.
He takes out a cigarette and lights it.
You still at that place?
Nah, after a year of being clean, they set you up with an apartment. I mean, it's shitty. Small and too close to them, but they keep an eye on me. I needed that, I guess.
Let's hold it, young blood. The armor. To some hipster bloodsuckers calling themselves enthusiasts of blaxploitation movies. Rambled on about Jim Brown and then greased my palm for my chainmail. To be honest, for half of what it's worth. But this place, I couldn't leave it. It's still mine. You know? It's mine.
That's cool. Sound like fucking dicks. I mean, don't think they know nothing about the Thunder Gladiator.
Yeah, I know a guy who watched that movie 27 times.
Doesn't sound too smart to me.
He's a fucking idiot. And Dan's worth the shit.
Odysseus stubs out his cigarette. He takes a deep breath.
You know this place still looks like shit, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
So what now?
Achilles takes Odysseus' hand and places the broom inside of it. He walks, exhausted, to the back rooms. After a moment, a good and familiar feeling washes over Odysseus as he gets up and begins to sweep. Lights out. Saturn remains. End of play.
Searching every corner of my mind, looking for the answers I can't find. I have my reasons and life has its lessons. I try to be grateful and count all my blessings, but heavy is the head that wears the crown. Amen in Jesus' name, yes, I declare it. Any little seed I receive, I have to share it. Brothers wanna break me down, I can't bear it. But heavy is the head with the crown, I still wear it. You can't hold me down, I still cold. Rain falling down at the bricks, I'm still soaked. Try and put a hole in our ship, we'll build boats. Two birds with one stone, I pull both. Pray I never lose and pray I never hit the shelf. Promise if I do that, you'll be checking on my health. If it's for my people, I'll do anything to help. If I do it out of love, it's not to benefit myself. Ooh, gotta stay around, but make a comeback too. I know my only mother wants a son back too. They're saying I'm the voice of the young black youth, and then I say, yeah, cool, and then I bum my zoo, and now I'm searching every corner